All right, welcome everybody to the Ariix Live webinar. It is a beautiful September 11th. And as I woke up this morning and I started thinking about September 11th and what that means to me relative to where I was in the world, I was in Seoul, Korea during 9/11. I think most of us will be able to say where we were, those of us that are old enough, would be able to say this is what I was doing, this is where I was. And it's one of those meaningful days. And so I was able to take a few minutes of silence this morning in thought and memory of that tragedy. And hopefully everyone had a chance to do that in their own personal way, whatever that might look like. I will start the show. Excuse me one second. And I will ask Craig, I see your face there. Can you see the original slide that says Ariix Live? Just give me a thumbs up. Awesome, thank you very much. So welcome again to the Ariix Live here on September 11th. Let me mute you. Okay, and welcome to all of you for joining us. Thank you for taking your time on a busy day. I wanted to begin today, again, today is September 11th, and just add my thoughts before the call, but also for those of you who live in North and South Carolina, I know that there's an impending storm coming your way. Wanted to share with you our thoughts and in my case, prayers in your behalf that this will just be a good heavy rain and not be much more than that in terms of destruction. So my heart and thoughts and goes out to each one of you. So let me begin tonight by going through our slides as I normally will do and share with you some thoughts. My name is Rick Redford. I'm the General Manager of North America and happy to be here, happy to be alive, happy to be full of life and excitement for the future, and excited to be your host tonight. Utah, just recently, Ariix was named one of the fastest growing companies in Utah. We've sent out an email and there's actually some information that is available that we've sent out by email. But if you'd like to know more about this and want some more information, you can just send in a request to our elite team or member services that can give you that information. But we continue to receive awards for the type of company that we are, the direction we're going, the speed in which we're going there, a lot of other things. And so we're happy to be able to celebrate that with you. One of the things that I always say is that, yes, we receive the accolades for being one of the fastest growing companies, but none of us here at corporate sell anything. This is about you, and you can share in this award with us because it's all about you getting up every day and sharing that message with others. That creates the kind of growth that we have. So we're excited about that, but we're also realize that we're all a part of a global family that shares in this growth. I also want to congratulate our new wellness council member, She's a global holistic health practitioner, Catherine Marshall, and she joins our wellness council. And for those of you who have not received that information, you can go online on our website and you'll be able to receive more information about her. But we're happy to welcome her to our wellness council team as well. So welcome, Catherine. Thank you. And a reminder about the Do Good, Be Kind Foundation. Last week, we had all of our general managers and corporate executives in a retreat here in Utah last week. And you'll see photos for those of you who have your computers. You'll see a photo of a bunch of us doing work at this, at what used to be originally a Mormon church here in the valley. That it was one of the early churches, like the 29th oldest or the 29th congregation. They used to go in terms of number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So it was one of the older churches, and then later it was sold to another church of a different Christian denomination that had it for a long time, and then they unfortunately went out of business, and it was donated to kind of like a homeless shelter and recovery center. And we were able to go in and tear up carpets. You can see some of us working outside and so on. But there's so many ways that we can give back. And one of the things that was said at the end of this, and this is not a pat on our back by any stretch, I'm just giving you an idea that when we go out in numbers, the difference that we can make And we pulled up, you can see guys pulling up carpet, pulled up a bunch of carpet downstairs and upstairs. And the guy at the end of it, he said, this would have taken me a month to do what this whole group did as you come in. And so we can join hands together and make a difference in our communities, in our world. So just a reminder. And in October, we have an opportunity to do that all on the same day. October 25th, I believe, is the day of service. So however you're going to do that, please participate with us. And you can see on the one picture, all of us with a sweatshirt that says, "Do good, be kind." And so there's T-shirts available in ways that we can join together all over the world on that day and make a difference, which is one of the visions of the company. Also, tune into Ariix corporate feedback page to see what Deanna and Fred have to say. Interesting that they have a lot to say about Las Vegas and what you're going to see there. So the breakthrough event in Las Vegas is a huge opportunity. There's a lot of things that are going to happen, but go to the corporate Facebook page and see what Fred and Deanna have to say about Las Vegas. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you have not made the decision to join us in Vegas, I know that there are a lot of reasons why people are going to be attending and watching by Zoom. But just like when I go into the office every day, there's dynamics of being here and rubbing shoulders and having those hallway conversations with the owners of the company, the leaders of the company, that you miss out when you're not there. And that can make a big difference in how you perceive your business moving forward. I promise you that there will be breakthroughs, many breakthroughs in Las Vegas. So join us at the breakthrough event. But go onto our website and see our Facebook page, and see what Deanna and Fred have to say about the upcoming event. Also, our Slenderized to Vegas, week 5. Congratulations to Christine Howitt. Week 5, it was about Fitspiration. So she won the award for this week. Next week, it is the Best Blend contest. So submit your best blends to our Facebook page. And if you don't know how to do that, send it to me. I'll make sure it gets to the right place. And we can celebrate with you. But congratulations to Christine Howitt for her addition to the Fitspiration Slenderized to Vegas. If you haven't sent in your before pictures, it's not too late. You can do it anytime. So join us in this. Now, with that, I am going to turn the camera. Let me just end the slideshow for a second so you can see Maki. But Maki, are you there to take us into the recognition portion of this call?
Yes. Dave, are you ready? Can you hear me?
I can. You sound awesome. And hi, Elena.
What? Where is everybody? This is my entire family. Hi, guys. How are you all doing? I am so happy. Look who else I have here with me. Dave from Compliance.
Hey, guys. We're excited. We're ready to go.
Mary, hello. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to see you all. Maki luckily let us help announce some of the title advancements. So here we are.
Let's do it.
Jeez, Elena, you're popular. Look at you.
I know. Tanis Taylor, I love
So
everybody.
exciting.
This is so great.
Okay, new title advancements from week 35. New managers.
You doing it? Me?
Edward Burns from Michigan. Congratulations.
You. Nurit Lavi Azuri from New Jersey, from Israel?
Yes.
Yes, congratulations.
Karen Sewell from Australia.
Haley Combrick Graham from North Carolina.
All right, congratulations, guys.
Managers! That's very nice.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to clap. Let me clap.
All right.
I'm trying to run the slideshow and clap at the same time. I can't do it.
He's a multitasker.
Managers. Here we go.
Vanessa Sprague from Australia.
Adi Basaltana from New Jersey. Also from New Jersey. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Molly Lang. She is coming to this office in a few weeks. Hey, we have some
new
directors.
directors. Yes.
New directors, Josie Poley from Australia.
You want to say one?
Oh,
Get over here. Get over here.
Forrester.
Who do we have walking
last
by?
one.
Forrester?
Hi. Oh, Tina.
Combrick
Combrick
Graham from
Graham.
North Carolina.
Guys,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
That was Dave Forrester from marketing. He's out here.
All right. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks so much, everyone. Great rank advancements. We're all very proud of you here, and we wish you all the best. Next week, where will you be?
That's right.
Elena and Dave, thank you for joining us on the call tonight. Awesome.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
And now I am going to introduce these two. They went to Maine and New England for family reunion. And here we go, David and Gloria Hitchings. Are you there, David and Gloria?
Right here. Thank
Hi
you.
there. Can you hear us okay tonight?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Again.
Hey, wonderful. Well, we're really excited to be on tonight. Thank you very much for asking us. We've been in network marketing for about 15 years now, and with the company Ariix for 5. And we've always been excited about how things have changed so much in the industry, but how this company has changed our whole lives. It really has, from the standpoint of being able to get out there and really help people. And also, by the same token, help ourselves. And the company just gave us a new quiver for our bows, and that was the travel site. Gloria and I have always loved to travel, haven't we?
Always.
And she and I
Love it.
love family, and we love New England. However, now we live in North Fort Myers, and we're in the middle of a thunder shower right now, looking out on the water. So that being said, if there's a lightning bolt comes down, it really isn't, and it's for real. We have wanted to tell you about a New England trip and how we probably would not have taken such a long trip, would we, Gloria, if it had not been for Ariix Travel.
Ariix Travel has been amazing for us.
So what we did, we spent 6 weeks in New England. We hit every state. We had great-grandchildren and grandchildren and a 93-year-old mother and a lot of other family, as you saw from those front slides, throughout, in all of New England states. And during that time period, Gloria's going to be telling you how much money we really saved. But I don't know if any of those pictures could go back up there again, but I wanted to just point out a couple, 3 of them in particular. One of the locations that we spent some time in is Eastport, Maine. And if any of you ever get to travel in Maine, you need to take in Eastport, Maine. It's the furthest eastern city in the United States. And you can see a Navy ship in the background. That was during the 4th of July, and that's 3 of our business partners. So not only was this a family trip, but it was also a business trip. Getting reacquainted with business owners that are Ariix business owners that are in Maine and in our business. And also we're going to be coming to Vegas, incidentally. But you can see Gloria and I also on the beach. And you know, Gloria, when I see that water bottle, what comes back to mind is I asked somebody one day, how would it make much difference to you if you had an extra $200 a month in your pocket? And they said, well, of course it would. And I said, well, how many bottles of water are you drinking? Because I saw him drinking a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And he says, I drink about 6 a day. And I said, well, so do I. I said, you know, that translates out in simple math to about $2,190. And you can buy one of these water bottles that I happen to have on my hand in the beach, because we always have them in our hand. We travel everywhere with them. And you can put $200 a month, and, you know, right in your pocket. He instantly bought a bottle. But you see the rest of our family there. But down in the lower left-hand corner, you'll also see off from Eastport, which is the furthest eastern city in the United States, Old Sow. And with my down east accent, I probably ought to spell that. It's S-O-W. And it's one of the larger whirlpools, natural occurring events. And in the process of all of this, Gloria's going to, we just had a super time, and we saved a lot of money. And Gloria's the numbers person, so I think, Rick, we can come back to our visual, off from that, and put Gloria's face on here.
No, I like his face too. Okay, so what I did a little bit of the numbers. I mean, we've traveled, of course, to Utah and New England, all over New England. And I added up all of our expense for our flights, rooms, everything. And because we use Ariix Travel, we were able to save a phenomenal amount of money that I know we couldn't have saved any other way. So we spent $4,618.88. What it cost, I mean, that is not what we spent. That's what it costs for the public price if you went to a regular. And that's not counting the fee that you'd have to, like cheapo air, all that. They all have fees that you pay them. So that's just the price of the flight or the rooms or whichever. But now, if you figure out what it costs on Ariix Travel, and we get paid to use our site, so I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, $3,130.90. We saved $1,487.98. To me, that's just phenomenal. I've been doing reservations for people, flights for people on cheapo air, Priceline, Travelocity, and I sit down and compare this with them. And when you add in their fees, you cannot compare the price because you're going to save. There's just no way you cannot save. And one of the things I learned, and as we went through this travel experience, I had to ask a few questions because it was new, but it's easy to use. It's one of the easiest sites I have ever used. And we would call and ask a question, and always the Ariix Travel would give us an answer. And one of the things I found out about, if you're going to make arrangements to fly, don't wait 3 days before you want to go. Because you need to do it before that. Because if you wait 3 days, you're probably not going to get a flight. So do it 3 days, at least more than 3 days before you want to leave. I tried that once. I had to make a quick flight arrangement to Maine. I waited too long, and I called to find out why I couldn't make a reservation. And they said, make it, 3 days, more than 3 days ahead. So that wasn't a good experience to know, and we've done that since. And I think we saved a lot of money, and I'm pretty happy. We had a wonderful vacation and had other wonderful vacations, but we chose New England because we love it, and that's where a lot of our family resides. So we go back there.
One of the things, Gloria, when our son came down from Maine, got to tell this story. She's got the numbers probably better than I, but we wanted to book we wanted to reminisce back to childhood, or his childhood, so he wanted to go to SeaWorld. So we looked up and saw what SeaWorld tickets would cost, but then Gloria booked them through our travel, of course. And we also had this particular hotel right on the main strip there in Orlando that we wanted to stay in. But we called them, and they were booked. But guess what? We went on the site, and Gloria got it. What was the number you got that for?
I got it for $58 in the middle of the really travel season for people in Orlando. And I got our tickets for like $91. It was unbelievable for all three of us. I'm like, wow, it's amazing. So Thomas, my son, was very excited and very pleased that we would take him back to SeaWorld, because he goes, oh, Mom, we probably don't want to do that. It'll probably cost too much. And I'm like, no, we're going to do it. So I got on the site, started playing around, doing things. It's so easy to use. Can't miss. So fun.
We just sat down because we have a young trainer in the gym where we help with our Ariix products, and he wanted to go and he wanted to get a price, and he said, it's going to cost me a lot to get to Vegas. So Gloria just booked out for he and his friend to go to Vegas, 3 nights, everything, $1,000. It was a huge saving. The airfare alone was only $105 each. Total, I think, altogether was, it was $1,100 to go. So we're pretty sure we're going to be getting to go there too. So anyway, I don't know, other than to say, like Gloria has already mentioned, the site is just so easy to use. Anybody is just, when we went to Maine, she showed a young woman how to use it, and she bought the site. So one of the things I guess I would say, if there's people out there that's trying to sell, just get them on there with you. Have them tell you what trip they want to go on, and do the comparison right there in front of them. Bang, you'll sell.
Got it.
That's it. Had fun.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
It was helpful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The thing that I think we forget about, and just Would you have taken this trip even if you weren't going to look to save money? You probably would have, right?
We wouldn't
Yeah.
have done it as long as we did because
Right.
we couldn't have gotten the rooms for the prices we got them, and we couldn't have got the airfare. But because of that, we were able to spend that much more time with our family and all over, from Connecticut, New Hampshire, Maine,
Yeah.
all over our family in New England. Because the prices were so affordable, we could do it. And our
Yeah.
travel site allowed us to do that.
Isn't that great? So, I mean, you could look at it one of two ways. Either you look at it and say, that's $1,500 I would have spent anyway, and so that I could call that income,
Right.
or I was able to extend my vacation longer and make it more meaningful because of Ariix travel. So either of those two things, yeah.
Exactly. And why not use your own site? You save and you earn.
That's right.
Why you save?
Absolutely.
So
Well,
why
guys,
would you give someone a commission?
Thank you so much for sharing that with us tonight and for motivating me. I know I book all of my travel through Ariix Travel, and I'm corporate, so it works. Definitely.
Great.
Thank you.
And we'll see you
For
on the zip
everybody.
line. We'll see you on the zip line.
Awesome. I'll be there. I know, right?
All right.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for sharing with us tonight.
Welcome.
Okay, perfect. So next, I'm going to come here to the next slide. We are fortunate to have with us, sorry, takes me just a second to launch this. So one of our Partners Council members, and someone that I always just have a big smile on my face every time I talk to Ava. She just has this energy about her, and I love it every time we chat. So we are just thrilled to have Ava Michelle Herrera with us tonight on the call. And Ava, are you there with us?
Hi, Rick. Thanks for having me on. Am I able to share screen?
I believe so. I think so. Give it a shot and we'll see.
Perfect. Thank you, Rick. Thanks for having me. When Rick asked me to share about transformations, I said, sign me up. I love talking about transformations. And with Breakthrough Las Vegas coming up, we're exactly 17 days away, and we've got the Slender Rise to Vegas Challenge coming up. I said, let me share some of the things that my group and I are doing, because yesterday I launched a new thing that I'm actually vlogging about through my journey. And it comprises of these three components, because I believe that a true transformation recipe is a lifestyle change. So a big thing is, I call my group Hollywood Health Empire. I'll be talking about that soon. So we have our HHE regimen. And then there's physical fitness. And I'm not talking about, we need to go to the gym every day, but, like little decisions like, okay, maybe I get 10,000 steps, or, I don't need to drive around to get that closer parking space. Let's walk. Let's take the stairs instead of the elevator. And then there's emotional fitness, which is a component that I believe a lot of us forget. And I have it big there because, in my opinion, emotional fitness is the biggest. And it's really forgotten. We have to be mindful of that too. So physical fitness, when we have a trainer, they tell us, okay, when we do an exercise, to be aware of your form, right? If you don't have good form, you could hurt yourself, injure yourself, sprain yourself, and you might blow that, that training day, or maybe even your journey for a while. Well, what about your mindset? What is your energy towards your journey? So when you wake up in the morning and you have to go to the gym, do you go, oh, I have to go to the gym? Or you're saying, I am so excited to go to the gym. Because just like you having bad form at the gym, if you have bad form with your mentality, you could really sprain yourself for the rest of the day. Because it really is quality over quantity. You could go to the gym for 3 hours. If you don't have that right mentality, you could really throw that out the window. And you do not want to ruin your journey. It's everything. The regimen and physical fitness is nothing without emotional fitness. Speaking of which, something that I've done recently in the past 18 days is I have my intent on my wrist. And this is to keep me in check with my mindset. So on the top, it says Ava, and I don't know if you guys know what it stands for, but for me, it's alpha vibrations always. I'm big on energy. I'm big on mindset. So it keeps me very mindful and aware of that. Below, it says 1 mil, because that's how many people I want to help ASAP. To me, that is a true millionaire to me, helping 1 million people. So when they say, let's share the transformations, I go, yes, because I want people to know what these Ariix products can do. So leading to Hollywood Health Empire Group. So that started, I don't know, I'll start with my story, because I know some of you know my story. So I live here in Hollywood. I worked in the TV industry for 10 years. And most recently, before I joined Ariix, I was at the Food Network. So I think you guys already know where it's going. I worked at a restaurant show for 3 years. And then when I came back home after being on the road, filming at all these different restaurants, I looked in the mirror and I said, who is that? And we get little breaks between shows. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself 28 days to change. Because on Facebook, I saw my friends change. I saw what the program did for him. And he was nice enough to coach me through it. So when I got my transformation, you could see how the accountability group came to be. You know, they helped me with my mentality, the regimen, and also with physical things I need to do, which, you know, doesn't mean kill yourself at the gym. It just means make changes. So here's my story. So these are my first 28 days. And I said, whoa, I didn't know 28 days could do that. For me, it was such a huge difference. This is me. I continue to do it 4 months in a row. And a lot of people tell me, oh, you're petite, you know, like, what do you know about, you know, pain and this and that? Well, this is my x-ray. I have scoliosis. Like, this is my S-shaped spine, which I dealt with for many years. I actually still have the scoliosis, but now it feels so much better. I had a back brace for 2.5 years. So people don't realize that that was what was going on in there, and that's what I was dealing with. And after the program, yeah, you could see my posture change. My posture figuratively changed, way more confident. My skin changed. Even like I used to be the person that went to the dentist for a cleaning and then it was a root canal, the list goes on. And now it's actually a cleaning. It's just a cleaning now. And also I was on antibiotics, on and off. All those things I realized were symptoms of being unhealthy, just like fat and weight is. And that was my aha moment. So here in the corner, I like to show this because a lot of people, you know, when they're already petite, they tell me like, am I going to disappear if I do this? I don't need a major transformation. And my answer is you could never be too healthy. So this is me before I started. This is me a few months after. This is me in my 20s. So this is me in my 30s, 20s, same weight, but the body composition is different. And that's what I like. I tell people that's healthy. Okay. So it's not about the weight. It's about body composition and how you feel. So that was my aha moment, and I could not contain myself. I didn't want to keep this a secret. So along my journey, as you guys know, I am very enthusiastic about this. So along the way, I met different types of people. So this is Alex. And what really impressed me about his experience is this isn't his first rodeo. This is him at 700 pounds here. By the time I met him, he already lost over 500 pounds. And he met me and he goes, gosh, you and your group of people are just so energized. I know how to lose weight, but I was not as enthused as you guys seem to be on your journey. So he trusted me with 28 days, and these are his 28-day results. And he told me, I know how to lose weight. I know how to get results, but I enjoyed this. It felt good. I'm energized. This is a whole different experience. So then I met Pam. Oh, and by the way, you guys need to go to the breakthrough event because everyone I'm sharing, they're going to be there. We're going to celebrate there. So this is Pam, and she's 63 years old. These are her few months results, and she's been an RN. So when she said, oh my God, these ingredients are great, I got really excited when she joined. And what I want to note is if you look at all these things here, these are the health concerns that are addressed. And what I love telling people is when they ask me, so how do they look now? How do they look now? Have they maintained? I'm like, they're working on their muscles now. Pam's like, I'm at 18% body fat at 63. This is awesome. And then this next person is Rachel. So she saw a friend's journey that's also on the program on social media. She deals with PCOS, which is a hormonal issue. So she said, this is my last draw. I saw your guys' results. Complete stranger, trusted us, and got great results despite of her health challenges. Got the lean muscle mass up, and it's great. So, you know, it's always the attracting factor seems to be, you know, the exciting factor is the fat loss and the weight loss. But what really moves me and the energy that is really driving me to share this is the health concerns addressed. And you could see here, this is my aunt. So sleep apnea, high blood pressure, plantar fasciitis, these are things that she dealt with on a daily basis. So on the outside, yes, you see that she was almost 200 pounds, went down to 118 in just a few months. But seeing a more energized aunt that's really excited to go to the gym, that is so awesome. This is my uncle who's actually he got awarded our last Under Eyes competition. You guys gonna meet him at the pool party. Yes, you could see the outside change, but what the pictures don't show, he was a chain smoker for 20 years and he quit on the program. No more inhalers, he had 2, no more chest pains. And see, these are the things you can't see in photos that I really love sharing. And also, what about when you attain that weight? What if you're already fit and you have a 6-pack? Look at the skin. So now people forget, you know, our skin is it's our largest organ, and our skin is the first part to really show, well, you know, all the great things and reward us for what we're putting into our body. So look at the skin changes. So everyone always asks me, what is your regimen? What do you use? And I say everything. And they go, what do you mean about everything? And I go, everything. So this is the Ava pack. This is literally everything that we use. Everything you see here is everything in the regimen. And then people ask me like, whoa, even the water bottle, even Prime. And I go, well, we're detoxing, right? And we're drinking a gallon of water. Do you want it to be toxic water? We're detoxing. So yes, everything we put in our body better be good. Also, the Prime. What if you're already coming into the program with aches and pains and you're putting like your creams with all those toxins in it? No, not in our 28 days. So this is the Prime because we need something safe. So we think of everything. People tell me there's a lot of products. Well, that's why you're getting results, because it takes a village to get these amazing results. So that's the Ava pack. And I know it's a lot. And I always tell people, even when they join us in the journey, I know it's a lot. So we provide that support. You know, like I said, support is everything. It's not just the regimen. It's not just the to-do list. It is that emotional fitness also. And you need a personal trainer, not only at the gym, but also mentally. So that's why we are there for a team. And I am extending all our resources. You could see more of our transformations on HollywoodHealthEmpire.com. You could see now it's a 17-day countdown to Vegas where I vlog about, you know, emotional intelligence along with physical fitness and the regimen along the way, counting down to Vegas. And I also share in real time on my Instagrams, Hollywood Health Empire, Ava Herrera, and then Facebook. I'm always there. And if you're looking for all of these links in one page, it's under avaherrera.com. So really excited to see you guys there, and you'll follow my journey along the way. And what I'm really excited about Vegas is the new product reveal. So I might be adding another thing in the Ava pack. I'm excited to all find out what it is. So let's go there. Let's find out. I'm excited for you guys to meet our team, and let's celebrate our transformations. We've got 17 days left. Thank you guys, and I'll see you there. Thank you, Rick.
Awesome. Thank you, Ava. And just love it, love it, love it, love the energy, and as always. And I can't wait to see you in Vegas. We've talked a number of times, but I've not had a chance to meet personally. So looking forward to that.
I'm ziplining.
Yay. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks again, Ava. And I am going to now introduce our last guest. And again, somebody who I have really grown to appreciate and respect. And not only is he Partners Council member, but also our 2017 Ariix Vision Award winner. Was just in the office a few weeks ago and got a chance to interact on a personal level as well. And he and his wife, Dr. Ginger, just to go about doing so many good things for both the business, but also health and community and everything else they're doing. So please welcome our Partners Council member and 2017 Ariix Vision Award winner, Aaron Decker. Aaron, are you there?
I am, Rick. Can you hear me okay?
I can. I love the way your name says Dr. Ginger, and all you needed to do, you should have put on a wig today. It would have been perfect.
You know, Rick, I used to be somebody.
Can you turn up your volume a little bit, Aaron?
I certainly can. Can you hear me? Oops. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, a little bit better. Thank you.
All right. How's that? Is that okay?
Yeah, it seems a little bit faint still. It might just be the distance, but go ahead.
Okay. So I'll do the best that I can do. But like I was saying, I used to be somebody, but now I'm Dr. Ginger's husband, but that's a good thing. I'm doing the best. Are you still okay with the audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first, Rick, I'd love to just say thank you. I'll tell you what, I've been blessed to be a part of this company now for about 6 years. And guys, I don't know if you all know how lucky we are to have Rick on board, really taking charge of North America. I'll tell you, the future has always been bright, but it got a lot brighter since Rick Redford joined. I'm just super excited, Rick, about what you're doing, how you're bringing all of us together and really getting us laser focused. We're in for a heck of a ride coming up in 2019, finishing out 2018, but it's things are good and getting gooder. Rick, is there anything that you want me to talk about, or I can't hear you? You're muted.
I was muted, yeah. Aaron, I know you and I have talked quite a bit, and you just have such a great handle on the business and some of the tips to success. And you and I talked a little bit earlier today. Why don't you expand a little bit on that in terms of relationship building and what that means? I think that a lot of us out there understand the value of relationships. As far as I'm concerned, there's three elements or consistent traits around the world that people ask you, what are the characteristics of the top leaders that you've worked with around the world? And I would say they break it down to three: consistency, persistency, and relationship building. And so you and I talked about that today. I know relationship building's big for you. Why don't you share what you did with me today? I thought that was very powerful.
Sure. So, a lot of times we get wrapped up into our own stuff, right? We all have life happening all the time. And I'll give you 2 examples really quickly. Just recently, I've been connecting with people that I've met in the past that I consider professional network marketers. And this one lady I'd been reaching out to over the last several weeks, and to no avail. And that doesn't matter. It was just a little text here, a little, like Tim Sales talks about, just those little touches. And finally she texted me back, said, sorry, I'm still alive, just been really busy. And then yesterday called me on the phone, and I'm driving down the road and I really wasn't thinking about it. I saw her name. I'm like, okay, I'm going to answer this. And I wasn't in the right mindset, meaning I was thinking about other things. And here's where the conversation went. Now, this is somebody that I'd only met one time, had a lunch several years ago, and wanted to reconnect. And the first thing I did is I said, how you doing? What's been going on? And then because I was in a hurry and I wasn't thinking clearly, my next thing was, are you still with that same company that you were with before? And when she said, no, I'm with a different company, right away, that little bit of panic, right? So I'm just being honest. I'm like, oh my goodness, I messed up. That was my thought. But then what I did is I made a mistake. I'll say it was a mistake. I said, well, gosh, that's too bad because I'd really love to work with you. Now, that's not that bad. But here's what she said next. She says, I don't even know you. I knew right then that what I did was wrong. And so I backtracked, and then we had a great discussion. Here's my point. You guys, had I have taken that 2 years ago and built that relationship, now I could have done it through text. I could have done it through Facebook. I could have done it through phone calls. I could have done many different ways. But obviously that relationship, can you still hear me or not?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
My internet's not the best. Obviously that relationship must have not been that important to me. I'm just being very vulnerable, you guys. I wanted it to be, but obviously it wasn't, because had I have kept that relationship going, when the opportunity arose and she was looking for a new opportunity, I probably would have been one of those people that she would have reached out to, right? And how many of those people have we ran across over our years or months in this industry, or especially with this company? So that's one example of it should have been a long-term, and it should have been all about her. I feel that I made that specific phone call, Rick, about me, which is a mistake. And here's the neat thing. It doesn't matter if you're a Vision Award winner. It doesn't matter who you are. We all make mistakes. But now at the same time, you guys, so there's a case of building relationships. Don't get too excited to try to close somebody. But now let's just go back to this last weekend. I was talking to somebody for somebody else. Again, I'll consider a professional network marketer. We sat down, and this person's a lot like me, high energy. And I mean, he's ADD and he's all over the place and going all over. And literally, Rick, in about 5 minutes, he's like, hey, brother, I want you to come to this. And I mean, it's brother this, brother this. And somebody comes in, he's a trainer, one of his clients, he says, oh, you're going to be working with us in this new business that I'm doing. Right? So right away, we built that relationship and made that connection. Here's my point.
I'm just looking.
Sorry.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm trying to find where that's coming from so I can. There you go.
No problem. So, and we all know this, right? We know that we're in the relationship business. Here's the thing. It's a skill. And whether you're building online, whether you're building face-to-face, or a combination of both, cultivate the relationship. If it's a relationship that you can cultivate in 5 to 10 minutes, then do that and take action. If it's a relationship that you just have to maintain, don't worry about being patient, especially if it's somebody that you'd like to work with, because again, patience is key in this industry. I cannot tell you, Rick, how many times somebody said, Aaron, I'll never join another company. And you talk to me a year later, like, oh, I'm not with that anymore. I'm doing this or that. Guys, build those relationships, because a lot of times those are the people that you want. And it's worth waiting for and really being patient. But be authentic and be genuine when it comes to that.
Mm. What tools have you found, Aaron? Because I mean, that was so. Hopefully, you guys were listening closely, like I was. The wisdom that was just shared with us. But are there specific tools that have worked for you to kind of keep that both those relationships alive, as well as the information about those individuals kind of on your mind? I know I have a ton of contacts in my phone, but and what'll happen is I'll see a name and I'll go, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them in like 10 years. How do you keep that fresh, or how do you keep that recycling?
So my wife, this drives her nuts, but I do, like, our whole office here is all whiteboards. In the back, you can see here, we try to make it so you don't see my mess. Whiteboards and pieces of paper that I have tape everywhere, right? Like, I'm old school technology. I'm learning to embrace that. But I keep a running list of people that I know that I'd like to work with. And quite honestly, I visualize working with them. In my mind, I already see where they're at in positioned in our business, right? I'm big on the law of attraction, and I really do believe that, if you can see it, eventually it can come to fruition if you do it correctly, right? And again, patience sometimes is the hardest part of that, because we lose faith, right? Because it didn't happen when we thought it was going to happen. But yet so many times those people end up making a decision. And so I want them to know that, I'm putting out, like Ava said, I love, I'm big on energy too. I'm putting out that energy that I'm going to attract those people which I'd like to work with, and I'd hope that they'd like to work with me as well. So everybody has different systems.
Yeah.
You need to keep track of that somehow, some way. And I'll tell you, Rick, sometimes I'll get their address because it's old school, but when's the last time you got a little card in the mail that was handwritten? Now, my handwriting is horrible, but I can't tell you how many times I'd show up to somebody's house and they've got it sitting on their desk, right? Because they're getting a text or an email, but so many of us don't get a little handwritten note. Hey, thank you for taking the time just for the talk the other day. Really appreciate you. Boom. That today, and putting a stamp on it, and the effort that it takes, you know what? That's going to keep you in the forefront of their mind. So it's doing little things. Maybe shoot them a text. Hey, hope you're having a great day. One of the things I love to do too is I believe in you, right? How many of us need to hear that on a daily basis? That somebody out there, that could be, you might not even know them that well, but a text comes in. How would that make you feel? I believe in you. Man, it's just, how does that, what emotion does that bring up? And is that somebody you want to work with?
You know what? Thank you for that. I mean, great advice as well. Again, going back to what I said about the common characteristics and traits of leaders around the world, it's not whether they were handsome or not handsome, or pretty or not pretty, or tall or short, or fat or skinny, or left or right or black or white or, whatever. It was the common characteristics, because an education never played a part in it. You could have, the variations of education from not having an education to being, PhDs like Fred, 2 or 3 PhDs, just in case he gets bored with one of them, he pulls another one out. That's not the keys to success in this industry. The keys to success are the relationship building and being able to maintain those relationships and not have it be based upon whether or not you're working with the same company or not. I mean, that's the one thing I realized about you, Aaron, when we first talked, is how many relationships that you've maintained with people who are working with other network marketing companies or not in the business. And because it's not about whether or not you're sharing it. And what happens is you have people who leave working together and they trash so much about where they just left that they burn bridges. And I know you and I have talked about that before, but keeping those relationships live and evolving, even if you're not in the same vehicle, how critical is that?
It's extremely, and I want to clarify something too. First of all, never trash this industry, because it's the industry. My company, that company's no good. Their products stink. Their CEO's no good. Their pay plan sucks. I can say that, right? You don't want to do that, because when you do that, you're killing our entire industry. You're helping. That will hurt us exponentially faster than you and I helping somebody. And they're going to remember that, right? If you and I really believe that we're with the best company, which I happen to believe, you can't, that's an unwavering certainty, if you will. If I'm certain that I'm with the right company, why would I want to trash another company?
Thank you.
I might, in fact, I've spent time training somebody. I sat next to a person in a different company and spent 2 hours training her on how to build her business with another company. Why? Because do you think if that doesn't work out, she might remember, right? The other thing that I was going to mention is here's what I believe. I believe in our entire industry today. Here's what professional network marketers, when I say professional, that's somebody that's a six-figure or multiple. That's what I call, because if you're making a decent living, you're probably, not always, in most companies, you're absolutely full-time. In Ariix, you can actually kind of stumble across that. But let's say multiple six figures, you can't really stumble across that. But if you're a professional, here's what I believe they're looking for. They're looking for real people. They don't want to be sold. They don't want the hype. They want to know. They want somebody that they're going to, they take their kids and leave their kids over at your house because they trust you. But they're also looking today for companies like that. There's very few. I'm watching an incredible amount of amazing leaders going to a very small amount of companies that have been around. Here's my prediction. As they understand and find some of the loopholes in some of those companies, and as our company with leadership like with Rick and what he's doing here in North America, and of course all of our owners, they're brilliant. All of our general managers, they're unbelievable. I just happen to really love Rick because he's really helping us here in North America do and get what we needed to get, right? I mean, we should absolutely be at least at the minimum number 2 market. And I believe that we're headed in that direction very, very quickly. But you watch, these people that moved for a long-term company, they're going to be coming here. What you and I need to do is make sure that we're out in the field, and right now might be the time, but if it's not, develop those relationships, because over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, many of you, just because you built a relationship, you were real, you were authentic, and you were genuinely concerned with their success, will have somebody end up in your business that will take off like a James Lavelle, that will take off like a Stefan Page, that will take off like a Ava or a Deb and Ken, right? Or the list goes on and on Eva Bergstrom, right? Like unbelievable, right? We're all like, wow, I wish I could be like, Todd Rowland. Well, you know what? Todd was just a coach before somebody introduced him. And that's what we got to remember.
Yeah. Aaron, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say, drop the mic, buddy. Drop the mic. It's great. It's awesome. Sometimes it's just boom. And that's how I felt. Both you and Ava just knocked it out of the park tonight. Thank you so much. I don't know about the rest of you, and you can say something as we're exiting tonight, but man, these calls get better and better and better, and the energy gets more and more and more. And I believe we're headed for some amazing things, Aaron. I agree. We are poised. We are on the verge. Call it what you want, but we're about ready to go into some momentum in North America. And a lot of it's because of all of you. And yeah, it's, you know what? Thank you for your kind words. I'm a facilitator. I'm a bringer together. And that's what we all should be. It's about relationships. It's about stimulating each other and bringing us together in a unified way so that we are all moving at the same, just, you know, Austin Powers. I love movies, right? Austin Powers. Now you got the laser beam coming from outer space, and right now it's about ready to be directed into one channel, and we're going to kick some butt. So, thank you, Aaron, for being with us tonight. Thank you, Ava, for sharing with us tonight. What great energy! And thanks to David and Gloria again for your travel experience. Awesome, Maki as always, and Elena and David for being with us today. Shira, I can't see you, so I can't see where to mute you. If you wouldn't mind muting yourself, that would be awesome. I'm going to try to do that. And we're going to release the call any second anyway. But as always with my quotes, I can't help it because they're in my planner, Aaron, my old school planner. But I'm going to mute everybody. Hold on one second. Okay. So hopefully that didn't mute me. The quote for tonight is, "Destiny is no matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved." I loved that quote. It's one that I have written in my book. I keep adding new quotes as I go along, but I thought that was a really good one, especially pertaining to where we are in this place and time. So thanks everybody for being on the call tonight. Thanks our guests for being with us. Again, our hearts and thoughts go out to those of you in North and South Carolina and the East Coast. May the upcoming storm just be a really nice downfall and not downfall, it could be rainfall and downpour for you and nothing of too dramatic. So thanks everybody. I'm going to release the muting so that everybody can say goodnight. But good night, everybody. Good night.
Bye, everybody. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Ava, you're amazing.
Good job, Ava.
Great call, Rick.
Thanks, guys.
Very sweet.
Great. Hannah Kim, is that the Hannah Kim I know?
I'm not sure, but we know each other now.
Okay, that's awesome. See ya. Good night.
Thank you. See you.
See you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.